Welcome to the challenge of nature. In today's video, we take you inside the most intense and breathtaking moments from the most devastating natural disasters. Every second is an unimaginable ordeal, as Mother Nature shows her fury and cruelty. Get ready to witness some terrifying and emotional footage, and be sure to subscribe to the challenge of nature so you never miss a video. Look at this tornado. The strong and destructive winds are sweeping away everything in sight. Dust and debris are sucked up like debris in a raging storm. It was unbelievable to witness this giant tornado. It was like a hurricane, blowing everything in its path, turning every piece of furniture into flying debris. I couldn't believe my eyes as a massive flood swept hundreds of gallons of black water up the banks along the Ohio River in Cincinnati. This is truly a unique sight. Hailstones, as big as marbles, are falling like waterfalls, combined with strong winds creating a dense layer of rocks on the road surface. Downtown Minneapolis, Minnesota, and witnessed an unbelievable storm. The winds were so strong, and the rain was so heavy that cars were stuck in the middle of the road. In the St. Louis, Missouri area, I was horrified to see a house on the river that was about to be swept away. The river was flowing strongly. Guess what will happen? In Miami, the storms were so strong that they seemed to tear the space apart, swaying each tree, threatening to collapse at any moment. The amount of rain poured down like millions of tons of water, turning this place into a sea of water. The sea was so rough that it seemed as if it wanted to sink the boat. On the streets of Tampa, winds gusting up to 140 kilometers per hour shook streetlights, and heavy rains created raging torrents of water that swept away everything in their path. In the suburbs of Hamburg, the ferocious flood swept millions of cubic meters of water over the dike like a giant monster. Small cars stood helpless before the terrifying force, the flow speed constantly increasing. Hail fell in torrents, with huge stones hitting the ground and roofs. Global climate change is melting the ice. a storm with large hail in Indonesia. In the suburbs of Moscow, a storm suddenly appeared, bringing heavy hailstones that fell with terrifying force. Each stone hit the car windows hard, combined with wind gusts of over 110 kilometers per hour, causing the windshield to crack and everything inside the car to become chaotic. In Tokyo, a powerful typhoon accompanied by heavy rain and hail swept through the streets with winds of up to 140 kilometers per hour. Large hail continuously hit the streets, along with the huge volume of rain causing severe flooding. A scary whirlwind at sea looks interesting. These waves seem to want to swallow that house. In Dallas, Texas, hailstones as heavy as baseballs fell at breakneck speeds, shattering car windshields and windows in homes. Wind gusts reaching 70 miles per hour made the hailstones feel like bullets. In Portland, Oregon, heavy rain and strong winds of up to 110 kilometers per hour caused a series of large trees to fall onto the streets. In Oklahoma City, a massive tornado with winds of up to 200 kilometers per hour picked up tons of rock and debris, creating a giant storm column that rose high into the dark sky. The sand and debris were sucked up, turning the entire area into a dark nightmare where everything was swallowed up in the brutal vortex. The flood water flows down from the hill. What a beautiful sight. In Chicago, Illinois, heavy rain and strong winds created chaos on the streets. Cars were stranded in rising water, unable to move as torrential rain and strong winds hampered efforts to escape the flooded conditions. In Joplin, Missouri, a violent tornado with winds reaching to 100 kilometers per hour turned the sky into a giant swirling storm. In Denver, Colorado, a massive hailstorm dumped giant boulders of ice, causing extensive damage to dozens of cars. The hail not only shattered car windows, but also shattered windows in surrounding homes. A strong storm knocked down many trees in India. The sound of the storms is terrifying. It is taking everything away. In Chongqing, China, a massive flash flood swept away millions of tons of rock and debris, creating a giant wave on the Yangtze River. The massive volume of water overwhelmed everything in its path. Consequences of major storms. These scenes show how harsh nature can be. Severe flooding in China. Hundreds of cubic meters of water poured down from the hill, possibly causing severe landslides in this area. These raging waves seem to be searching for something. Stones fell like bullets, continuously shattering windows and damaging vehicles, turning the streets into an unimaginable scene of chaos and storm. What happened to that plane? Terrible waves constantly attacking the ship. Don't miss out on future updates. Hit subscribe and let us know what you think in the comments below. Stay safe and take care.